Shalom, Israel. I'm Captain LeBron, Israelite School of U.P.K, the commander GEN.YAHANNA. Inviting all Black Hispanic Indians out to the 5th annual Fire Weekend.
Shalom, Israel. Come to the Fire Weekend, man, in Chicago. Midwest Fire Weekend. You know how we get down. July 21st to the 24th. We're going to be in Chicago.
Step back from the flame. You got a lot more to lose, man.
Under the Midwest Loss in set, captain for $13,000
That's on the way to Malaysia. Showing no mercy like
July 21st, we got 12 children of behind with the scripture breakdown class, followed by Captain Cigar and Captain Copperzal across the line race.
You know what I'm saying? We got the Bantu Festival coming back. We got the election coming. We're going to kick off the election with Captain I.S.U.P.K, Captain Copperzal, and Yah. It's going to be called Fort Columbus Day.
On the 24th of July, we're going to be doing the Black and Brown Unity Cookout.
Shalom, Israel, to all my Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. From July 21st through the 24th, we're going to be holding the Midwest Fire Weekend. On July 21st, we hold a scripture breakdown with none other than 12 Shield General Muhammad from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., followed by Cross the Line Radio. On July 22nd, we're going to be having camp on the Magnificent Mile from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And guess what? Commanding General Yohanna will be speaking at 3 p.m. We're going to be located at 401 North Michigan Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. After that, we're going to have the Before Columbus Came lecture from 6 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. located on 9909 Roosevelt Road, Suite 100. On July 23rd, you can catch us at the Bantu Festival from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We're going to be located at 1130 Midway Place Science Park, Chicago, Illinois. And then last but not least, we're going to be having the Black and Brown Unity Cookout from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. located at Douglas Park, 1200 West 12th Place. For more information, call 708-299-5821. Again, 708-299-5821. Also, if you would like to help out and support this troop and brotherhood, go to the Midwest Fire Weekend Black and Brown GoFundMe account and make a generous donation.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Captain LeBron, Israelite School of U.P.K, the commander GEN.YAHANNA. Inviting all Black Hispanic Indians out to the 5th annual Fire Weekend.
Shalom, Israel. Come to the Fire Weekend, man, in Chicago. Midwest Fire Weekend. You know how we get down. July 21st to the 24th. We're going to be in Chicago.
Step back from the flame. You got a lot more to lose, man.
Under the Midwest Loss in set, captain for $13,000
That's on the way to Malaysia. Showing no mercy like
July 21st, we got 12 children of behind with the scripture breakdown class, followed by Captain Cigar and Captain Copperzal across the line race.
You know what I'm saying? We got the Bantu Festival coming back. We got the election coming. We're going to kick off the election with Captain I.S.U.P.K, Captain Copperzal, and Yah. It's going to be called Fort Columbus Day.
On the 24th of July, we're going to be doing the Black and Brown Unity Cookout.
Shalom, Israel, to all my blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. From July 21st through the 24th, we're going to be holding the Midwest Fire Weekend. On July 21st, we hold a scripture breakdown with none other than 12 Shield General Muhammad from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., followed by Cross the Line Radio. On July 22nd, we're going to be having camp on the Magnificent Mile from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And guess what? Commanding General Yohanna will be speaking at 3 p.m. We're going to be located at 401 North Michigan Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. After that, we're going to have the Before Columbus Came lecture from 6 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. located on 9909 Roosevelt Road, Suite 100. On July 23rd, you can catch us at the Bantu Festival from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We're going to be located at 1130 Midway Place Science Park, Chicago, Illinois. And then last but not least, we're going to be having the Black and Brown Unity Cookout from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. located at Douglas Park, 1200 West 12th Place. For more information, call 708-299-5821. Again, 708-299-5821. Also, if you would like to help out and support this troop and brotherhood, go to the Midwest Fire Weekend Black and Brown GoFundMe account and make a generous donation.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Captain LeBron, Israelite school of GEN.YAHANNA, the Commander GEN.YAHANNA. Invite all black and Native Indians out to the 5th annual Fire Weekend.
Shalom, Israel. Come to the fire weekend, man, in Chicago. Midwest Fire Weekend, you know how we get down. July 21st to the 24th, we're going to be in Chicago.
You got a lot more to lose, man.
Under the Midwest Ross himself, captain from 13,000 North
July 21st, we got 12 children of Muhammad with the scripture breakdown class, followed by Captain Tagaria and Captain Katazal with Cross the Line Radio.
You know what I'm saying? We got the Bantu Festival coming back. We got the election coming. We're going to kick off the election with Captain I.S.U.P.K, Captain Katazal, and GEN.YAHANNA. It's going to be called Before Columbus Came.
On the 24th of July, we're going to be doing the Black and Brown Unity Cookout.
Shalom, Israel, to all my blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. From July 21st through the 24th, we're going to be holding the Midwest Fire Weekend. On July 21st, we hold a scripture breakdown with none other than 12 Shield General Muhammad from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., followed by Cross the Line Radio. On July 22nd, we're going to be having camp on the Magnificent Mile from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And guess what? Commanding General Yohanna will be speaking at 3 p.m. We're going to be located at 401 North Michigan Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. After that, we're going to have the Before Columbus Came lecture from 6 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. located on 9909 Roosevelt Road, Suite 100. On July 23rd, you can catch us at the Bantu Festival from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We're going to be located at 1130 Midway Place Science Park, Chicago, Illinois. And then last but not least, we're going to be having the Black and Brown Unity Cookout from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. located at Douglas Park, 1200 West 12th Place. For more information, call 708-299-5821. Again, 708-299-5821. Also, if you would like to help out and support this troop and brotherhood, go to the Midwest Fire Weekend Black and Brown GoFundMe account and make a generous donation.
What's good now? I'm about to put up
Yeah, change for the better, but that old nigga. Let's get this song right. Yeah, I changed for the better, put that old nigga in the shredder. But however, I could never take a step back for my pleasure. Change the weather, Ruger 5.7 on my dresser. Clip full with a lot of pressure. I forget that I made a special. I don't care, so I don't remember hitting treasures in my lecture. New texture, but the same message. Think rich, no think better. Chevy boy, I don't need a Porsche. Bucket clean and I feed the horse. Pull up on me, lose a bitch, ain't nothing to me. Ben Simmons, they ain't fucking with me. Take sides, you was set hopping. Heat on, you was flip-flopping. On the come up, then he start watching. We open doors like fuck knocking. Yeah, she see it and they don't believe it. Spit fire in my heart anemic. Make a choice, get in the van. Taking ground and become a man. You pussy, I'm straightforward. Take orders, hit orders, bend corners, set orders. Niggas fold like rich quarter. Lifelong, but my temp shorter. Only for the bullshit though. Counterfeit niggas that be full of it though. I don't really hear what you went to, nigga. We don't really care what you been through, nigga. I offend you, nigga. Sharp like a quick left turn in the venue, nigga. Cut right through it like a jinsu, nigga. If I said it, I mean it. And know I'm the meanest and one of the cleanest. I put it together and break it in pieces. I got plenty of time, I got plenty of ideas. You wouldn't believe it. I roll with the lions, you run with hyenas. I'm David inside of a killer arena. For all of my people, I'm giving you all of the smoke. Stop saying the stuff that you won't really want to live up to. Live by a code, yeah, we saying up too. Say you get money, put bread up too. Saying you done, we fed up too. Fed up too, in the league of my own. Just leave me alone. They gon' keep talking about me. I just keep going and going and going. And it's what you showing. And I'ma keep growing and growing and rocking and rolling. And take over low and I hold a position in any condition, completing the mission. Paying attention, I got a connection to sit in the section. Yeah, I changed. 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 You know I changed. You know I. You know I changed. You know I. Yeah, I changed. Yeah, I changed.
Bust the heat.
ODing on a beat, Narcan flow. We outside. We outside with us. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mess and we was outside. That block loaded extra mag and it's outside. There's one west for that bag and we outside. We outside. I got the world in the palm of my hand. One west sleeve stretched through it live on the gram. Had a whole world viewing. Click and subscribe. Had them niggas off the block. Tell them shooters they want a job. I just put them on the payroll. When I get control them, I just mold them like they Play-Doh. Soldiers giving Halo, trying to get up at them pesos. 40 cows send you out of space, Jeff Bezos. And Jeff Bezos, leave you all boxed up. All cause my delivery. I be on that prime shit. Take you time to get with me. Got me like Vladimir. Treat you like the Ukraine. Raid your little city, now you boating like Usain. Scope costs more than the rifle. I got new aim, fresh kick, spit with the blick. Not my shoe game. Used to have a dirty 30 tied to a shoestring. Now I got that Ruger 5.7, that's my boot thing. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mess and we was outside. The Glock loaded extra mag and it's outside. There's one west for that bag and we outside. We outside. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mess and we was outside. The Glock loaded extra mag and it's outside. There's one west for that bag and we outside. We outside. I don't talk hardly. Be there when you call me. Send them Philly clippers at your head like a baldy. Chopper get the roaring down your block like a Harley. No, this ain't a big hog. This the big dog.
In your city, swinging through the jungle like it's pitfall. In the water wading, marching to my cadence. Big bursts of thunder in my hands like I'm reading. Shitty Mortal Kombat sounds, but I ain't playing.
Look 'em in the eye before the war like a weigh-in. I'm up in the AM, politicking movements with that Draco from the vid because it's proven. Waiting on my brother out of bed, he ain't do shit. That's how life go. Win some, you lose. Seen a little nigga beat a big nigga out his shoes. Seen that nigga come back, pull up with a gun strap, rob everybody outside, told him run that. We outside. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, yeah, we outside. Before the COVID had the mess and we was outside. My Glock loaded extra mag and it's outside. There's one west for that bag and we outside. Outside, yeah, we outside. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. We outside, and we outside. Outside, and we outside. We outside, yeah, we outside. There's one west on them corners, and we outside. We outside with it.
Even though I don't know you, I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. That's right. And it's worth something.
This is Blackwatch with Commanding General Yahanna, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he made man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
You don't need a black man in the White House. You need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Blackwatch. Let the show begin.
What's going on, fam? ISUPK.com. Hey, for everybody that just watching and for everybody that can't pass the word out, the ISUPK website is down for a few. Big shout out to General SHALAM, as usual, on the game. Okay. All right. We moved the ISUPK.com website over to another server, preparing it for the new website that's being put together now to be brought online. So give us a couple of hours. The old site is going back up for a few, still a couple of weeks, but we had to move it. So now that we moved it, once the data all moves over, sometime tonight, probably before midnight, the site will go back up, Lord allow, and we should be back rolling. And then give us a couple more weeks. And General Shalmar will do his thing, and we'll get it all downloaded and taken care of. So just give us a second with it right now. We're just working on it to perfect it. Y'all gonna love this new site. This new site is a damn animal. And guess what? Every brother in the UPK, every officer in the UPK is going to be able to interact with the website themselves. So everybody gonna have access. Everybody gonna be able to post events. It's gonna be madness. It's gonna be everything. Everything. The whole world gonna be. The whole nation gonna be able to be up on their live shows, everything gonna go on. Concerts. it's gonna be dumb. It's gonna be insane. You know what I mean? Big shout out to Captain Mount Quad and all his Rangers out there in Chicago.
That's right.
We about to bust up. We about to bust up in that Midwest mayhem. Can't wait to get up in there, man, and do it up. Let me tell you something. Y'all know every now and then, man, I stick my neck out, right? Well, I'm coming straight up with y'all. Now I know y'all done been a little, vexed with seeing all kind of fake ass camps pretending to rock and roll and bubble. See, you ain't seen the authentic get down for the get down camp. Now, if you come to Chicago and come see me Saturday on the Magnificent Mile, I'm going to show you how we do it old school camp style, okay? I'm going to show you why they was writing letters saying don't let us up in Canada, man. I'm going to show you why, okay? All the heavy hitters is going to be out there, man. We're going to be getting it on, man, and doing it up big time. So look for all of that, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the show. I'm glad y'all jumped in with us. Let's hang for a little quick minute. Oh, also, too, if I could, I got to give a big shout out to General Micah Allah. Man, General Micah, I was hooked. Damn right. Let me tell you something, man. I put on General Micah Allah, Ask Ye the Prophets, man. I couldn't turn it off. I watched so many shows of Ask Ye the Prophets, man. My eye had me. I'm in there like, I got it. I turned it on. I just turned it up in the living room, man. Wherever I was doing, I'm working on the computer, this, that, taking phone calls. All you heard, if you called me today, all you heard was Ask Ye the Prophets in the background all day. You know, my God, Officer Ibar, you understand? Officer Yediah, they was rocking, man. So big shout out to General Mike. I got a hell of a show, man. Wednesday in the early hours, I think 11 a.m. Y'all got to check that out too. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at. So where we at, fam? What's the deal, man? Hit me up in the chat room if you got any questions, any comments you want to bring in. Of course, you know what I mean? It's crazy, everything that's going on in the kingdom. I'm hearing now. Q just gave me the update. I heard Biden might have the big C. The big C done bit him. I mean, no second term. So we'll see what's up with that. Let's get into it because I got a couple stories here I want to share with y'all. And it's a little crazy, man, what they doing out here. Okay? It's a little bit crazy. Big shout out to Napataza and his crew, all right, who've been bringing us them stories, man, consistently every week. Big shout out to him, man, and all his team working with him, you know what I'm saying? Which was cute. Captain, I keep saying the right, newly raised Captain Napataza, man, heavy hitting out there, you understand? Came up under Kaposh, another bad cat, man, Kaposh, down to the Kentucky 8, man. He memorialized for life for the courage that Kaposh put down and the brothers in the Kentucky 8, man. All them cats is the realest. Stood up against a whole army of Black Lives Matter, man. Stood them down. They had machine guns out there. And Kaposh and them did not flinch or bend off of their post, man, with a whole mob full of machine gun carrying Negroes. And listen, I heard half of them niggas dead now. You know what I mean? For doing that. You know what I mean? Like, it was evil as hell. You know what I mean? And you need to understand what you're dealing with. You know what I mean? So, anyway, moving on. You know what I mean? Let's all begin. Let's bring this brotherhood and sisterhood together and let's be real. Or not. You know what I mean? One or the other. Because we got a nation to build and it's going to get built anyway. You know what I mean? Regardless of what nobody think. The Lord doing it, not us. Okay? So, yeah. So that's where we at. Also, big shout out to Unethical. Salak, your last one. Big shout out to Unethical. Right before, say again. Try to move over some. Oh, there's chairs in the way here. Messing up your focus, Salak. Better? Yes, sir. No sweat. The water. So big shout out to Unethical. Unethical put it down real strong. You know what I mean? Hooked the brother up with some gear. Got him rolling. Big shout out to him and his ribs. All right, that's it. Let's hit them stories. Where we going first, Marah? Because there's some crazy stories. We got some crazy prison stories, some crazy stuff that done went on out here, man. And this prison is in Pennsylvania, right? Man, let me tell you something. Once again, you think you ain't in Nazi Germany. Brother, you in Nazi Germany. That's why, let me tell you something. Every brother need to come into the truth. You need to come into the truth because you don't understand the dangers that's out here, man. You don't understand what diabolical things are going on. We about to read it for you right now. Whenever you ready, Marah, hit me with it. You about to see some diabolicalness, man. Big shout out to General Q up here, man, from DC, hanging with your boy.
That's right.
You know me and Q gets it in. You understand? We get it in. Q and I, we gonna get it in this weekend. We gonna act a fool in Chicago this weekend. You know, man. Big shout out to Officer in the car in here in the building, man. Hard-working brother, man, putting it in. What's going on, Warrior? Doing your thing. Damn right, damn right. All right. You ready? Let's do it.
Khan, sir. Salaki. Chilling details about the human experience, Salaki, human experiments at Holmesburg prison. Khan. If I may, the people experimented on at Holmesburg prison were subjected to practically every form of experimentation, mind-altering drugs, cosmetics, viruses, and chemical warfare were all on the table when it came to the human experimentation at Holmesburg.
And Holmesburg prison is in Pennsylvania. That's it right there. Holmesburg prison is in Pennsylvania, I believe, right? Confirm that for me, y'all. And this is a prison, of course, filled with black men and women from both Pittsburgh and Philadelphia and every black town in between. That's why, man, doing the things that we doing that's sending us to prison. If you're going to go to prison, you should go to prison for a good reason, man. You should not go to prison for no BS reason, man. This is what this kingdom done taught us, to go to prison for nothing. Because prison, man, they doing experiments in you. Read that list of things they were doing again. Let me break this list down to you. You know what I mean? And of course, once again, they want to act like you know, what is your problem? You go to prison just on a 2-year stint in this situation, and anything can happen to you. Because they doing stuff you don't know they doing. They always acting like, well, at some point, black people got to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. Pulling yourself up by your bootstraps really means getting you free from this oppressor, man. Go ahead, run it down for me again, Marah.
Khan. If I may. Mind-altering drugs.
Mind-altering drugs. Now, remember, this is a up-to-date report, which means they're using all the latest mind-altering drugs on these brothers and sisters in prison, man. Doping them up, and many times without their consent, probably all the time. Out without their consent. They don't even know that they putting stuff in the food. All of a sudden, they watching the reaction to know whether or not to use the drug, how much of the drug. You understand? And remember, they can do these things because according to the Constitution, once you get incarcerated, you lose your rights. That's why they have it in there. You lose your constitutional rights once you locked up in prison. And black man, you too goddamn valuable to be in no prison cell. You too damn, listen, the talent that it takes for you to survive in prison today, it's a shame that you have to use that talent for that reason. Because that talent could change the face of the world. It's certainly the face of America for righteousness' sake. But you being put in an environment to turn you against each other, and meanwhile, blacks and Latinos, meanwhile, they sitting back with the video cameras out, doping you up and experimenting with you. Give me some more on that list.
The people experimented on in the prison had very little choice or agency in the matter.
No. Go back up to the opening paragraph with it, where they ran that list down.
Mind-altering drugs.
Mind-altering drugs. Go ahead.
Cosmetics.
Cosmetics. What the hell is that? Like makeup?
Yes.
Damn. They experiment with makeup on prisoners. Like I said, go ahead, Q. Say.
You get down in the meat of the joint, it's despicable. What you gonna hear?
Experimenting with makeup. I don't understand even what that is about. But go ahead.
Some of the makeup, it's got all kinds of
chemicals. So they put it on the prisoners to see if it burn you up or do whatever it do to you.
Oh my goodness.
Go ahead, Viruses. You in prison, they putting viruses in you, experimenting with you.
Right.
And chemical warfare.
The stuff they would use on an enemy in the world, they putting that chemical on you while you in prison unbeknownst to you, man. Because I don't know no prisoner except a crazy man that would say, sure, go ahead and experiment on me, man, with mind-altering drugs and chemical warfare, man. I don't know nobody that would go for that. That's crazy. This is the state of black men in America, black women in America, Latino men in America, Latino women. Nicole, go ahead. What you gonna say? Why don't you just come up to that seat? Ain't nobody there. There you go.
All right. So I heard of this before, right? From the same prison. It was a while ago, right? That they conducted experiments. So as you was bringing it up, I was like, let me check just to make sure. So I found the article. It's a government page, where it says back in the between the 1950s to the mid 1970s, where the prison is at is right across from CFCF. So that's where most black people do get locked up. I was actually locked up there. So they said the same things that back then that it was from like cosmetic.
We'll show you they doing it again.
Right.
Q's mic, they said is low. You got it, Mara?
Test 1, 2.
Beautiful. Go ahead, up.
So of course, they come in trying to play harmful. So they was actually paying people. It says a few dollars just to conduct the experiments on them. So it went as from cosmetics, detergents, and all the way down to what we are seeing again today, harmful chemicals.
We'll show you, but they done upped it up now with chemical warfare. Right or wrong. Like this is some sick nonsense, man. And once again, black man, you so much more valuable than that. In your worst poverty, man, you so much more value than that. And once again, we got to have the kind of value for us that's important. We got so much value for our slave master, man. We don't want him offended at all for nothing. But what about us? And let me tell you something, man. In this cruel world, and this is worldwide, this ain't just Edomites or anybody. In a cruel world, nobody cares for somebody that can't benefit them, man. That's why you got to care for your own black man, black woman. You got to see value in building your own people up. If you can see value in it, see, this place has broken us as a people so bad that we don't believe black people could do anything. We don't believe Latino people could do anything. We don't believe they could pull our nation back. We don't believe none of that. We always act like, Negroes can't get nothing done, or we don't never come together, and, we hate each other more than any. And, brother, we better wake the hell up out of that madness. Like, they taking brothers. These is regular brothers, man. Every brother that go to jail is not a hardcore psychopath, man. These is human beings, man. And they in there doing experiments on them. And I tell you, man, from years ago, I always used to wonder. I would see black men, and I see black men with schizophrenia, black men in the gutter, you know what I'm saying, homeless. And I always would look at them and wonder, did this mental illness just come on them? Some it do. Or is this some cat that was in prison or somewhere else and something was done to him, and now he walking around in the street, you don't know. I've talked to some of these brothers, and they'll tell you all kind of stories. Some is they stupidity. Some of them is they stupidity. I talked to a brother the other day. it was in the gutter, and I was like, man, what's going on with you, man? And he said, man, I got HIV. I'm real sick. I can't take care of myself and all that. And he said, and I had to learn a hard lesson, man. I said, well, what was the lesson that you had to learn? I said, well, I got to tell you, I got AIDS, right? And I got HIV. Did I mention that? Did he say that? Yeah, he got HIV. I got AIDS. He said the hard lesson I had to learn is that, you can't, that whole talk about, you got to live your life. You understand that whole talk about you got to live your life, and the way you want to live your life and all of that. That's true. But what they don't tell you is that not following God, sometime it'll come back on you. You know what I'm saying? And that, yeah, he said it'll come back on you. And I had to wrangle it out of him a little bit. But he eventually gave it up and was like, yeah, it's like, you got to do what God say. You know what I mean? In other words, he knew, you know what I'm saying? He had his last stand. He knew right there what it was. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep going. You know what I mean? Wait a minute, did you go down the list? Oh, yeah, the terrorists, the chemical warfare was the last on the list. Okay, go ahead.
The Holmesburg prison in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania was initially built in 1896 to serve as a county jail due to overcrowding at Philadelphia's Mohammed Singh prison.
So that was supposed to be the spillover jail. Go ahead.
Designed with the same layout of the Eastern State Penitentiary, the foundational mentality behind the prison was separate penal confinement.
Right, meaning it was designed for a single cell for each prisoner, which is perfect if you're trying to do experiments on people. Go ahead.
According to Hidden City, by the 1920s, Holmesburg had already had a notorious reputation for brutality. Imprisoned people were kept in solitary confinement and only allowed 20 minutes of exercise per day. In 1922, the Evening Public Ledger described Holmesburg prison as the worst prison in the United States.
The worst prison at that time in the United States of America. Holmesburg prison. That's hell over there.
Holmesburg prison made headlines in 1938 when 4 people in prison there were baked to death in a small concrete isolation block used for punishment known as the Klondike.
They had a name for it. Use it as the Klondike. Put you in there. It'd be so hot that you damn pass out and die.
God.
That's a torture chamber.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I mean? What's the term they use? Used for what?
Used for punishment.
Punishment. But it ain't punishment. It's torture.
Come on, God.
It's torture. But America don't want black people to look at them like the monsters of the earth. And you got to not be a monster. You understand? Like you trying to tell me, Johanna, you a racist. Y'all UBK, y'all racist. Writing letters to the damn mayor up there. So I'm a racist because I bring out the evil that y'all doing to us that you try to clean up. You know what I mean? You go downtown in these cities and you might see a little homeless people and stuff, but you trying to clean up the reality, man. The reality is you really cannot govern over us without wiping us off the damn map, which is why I call for us to not conform to the mindset of just loving everybody when we are the victims behind it. I guarantee you go up to Holmesburg prison, it ain't going to be filled with an equal amount of white people.
No.
It ain't going to be filled with an equal amount of Orientals or East Indians. And I can guarantee you all of them are doing all kinds of crime. All kinds of crime. You understand? But the ones that's targeted is ours. I'm not saying there ain't some brothers in there that did some heinous things, man, to get in there. I'm not dismissing crimes. What I'm trying to say is your prevention programs and your route for trying to stop brothers from ending up in prison is damn near non-existent, man. So how the hell you gonna expect me to act like, oh, it's all our fault, like everybody do that make me sick?
Right.
It's always our fault that we in such a horrible condition. Then when we want to pull away from you, oh, Gen.YAHANNA, you a racist. When I say we should care about each other and work on ourselves, oh, YAHANNA, you a racist.
Right.
When I say to hell with these other nations, whether they white or black, Africans, or I don't care what they are.
Right.
If they don't come from us, then we shouldn't even be dealing. Oh, you see, y'all a bunch of racists, y'all a bunch of maniacs and crazy, but you putting us in prison doing chemical warfare on us, and what we ain't supposed to say nothing? Go ahead, Q.
They say is cruel and unusual punishment. You're supposed to be free from that.
Exactly.
Or what have you. But this ain't going to jail. This ain't going to prison and doing your time. This is something else. Okay?
Exactly. I was watching a podcast the other day, and brother was talking about I was watching a podcast the other day. Brother was talking about how he was in prison and how he said in prison you be doing things you would never do on the street. And the host was like, what you mean? And he said that he was in prison throwing feces at other prisoners. And he said the whole reason for that is because you going down the tier in certain cases, and some cat in the cell throwing feces at you. And you don't have no other recourse. So then you go back to your cell and you turn into an animal, and then you throwing feces. Meanwhile, the guard's looking at all of y'all like you a bunch of wild-ass animals. He said you don't even realize it because you're trying to survive until you get out of there. When you come out of there and you realize, what the hell was I doing in there? You know what I mean? Like, that's psychological warfare, and on top of everything else. And again, then they looking at you like, oh, you the wicked one. You the one but you done put them in that environment, man. And when I say put them in that environment, I'm not just talking about the environment in prison. They was in prison long before they got in that environment. They was in prison since the time they turned. You go to jail in this empire when you turn 6 years old. What's the age you go to kindergarten? 5? And then you go to first grade when? Sixth grade. 6 year old, first grade. First grade, 6 year old.
5 kindergarten.
All right, 6 years old. If you black or Latino, you go to the penitentiary. And you don't even know you going to the penitentiary. That 1 year old you send into school, that 1 year old is going to the penitentiary. Why? Because they going into a school system that has can't care for them even if they wanted to. You understand? I always say it. Put 40 kids in a classroom, you might as well smoke crack. The hell you expect them to learn? You know what I mean? And I say, if you don't believe me, I always say this. You don't believe me? Go get 20 children and invite them over your house. And tell all the adults to leave. And just leave them 20 kids in there with you. When they come back, you'll be a mummy in the closet somewhere begging for your life. They have you wrapped up and done. Or either that or you're going to kill somebody's baby. You know what I mean? So if that's the case with an adult that they know, what about some adult that don't give a damn about them? Their way of thinking of how, and that's the thing about ESO. I'm gonna divert for a second. Their way of thinking is the same way it's how somebody just trying to make money thinks. This is not a man that can have compassion on you. This is a man that just tried like cattle. Like, you ain't worrying about the mental state of every one of your cattle. You worrying as they eating? Yes. Are they drinking water? Yes. Are they grazing grass? Yes. Do they got sunlight? Yes. Do they have a barn to go into? Yes. That's what you do with cattle. Now, you ain't going through the cattle seeing how's the cattle mental state, or, is they having a bad day, or do we got too much cattle in this one pen, or
not the white man. You know what I'm saying? David, he's looking for the one sheep out of the 100 that ran away, the 99. He let them go to go get that one, but not him.
Not this man.
Not him.
And so, you know what I mean? It's already a bad situation. So your child 6 years old already being conditioned. And then now the generation before that, them parents and all that, they already messed up. So by the time that kid gets 6 years old, he's already a monster, or she's already a monster. So now she comes into the pen with your kid at 6 years old. And now if you don't properly educate your kid at 6 years old, that little monster gonna educate everybody. And by about 2 years in the penitentiary, the 3rd grade, your kid is already on the road to the riches of prison. It's a wreck. Go ahead, Q.
After they tell you that you was a slave to the and your mother that moved out to the county, and you sitting all around all the white kids, and they spring on you slavery in the history class or what have you, and you sitting there, you the only Negro in there or what have you, and you talk about we owned you or what have you. That blows your mind. You know what I'm saying? That literally blows your mind. Just like, you know, the little Sesame Street story we got today or what have you. It's ill. It's ill that we are, you know, it said, what was the book that they brought out back in the day? The Conspiracy to Destroy Black Children, volumes 1, 2, and 3. You know, they used to write, they had those books or what have you. It's like a primer for anybody that's going into the Black studies about how they, you know, really the pipeline from, you know, from the cradle to the damn prison.
Yeah,
system.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's well known.
It's well known. You don't believe if you right. You're right. And if you don't believe it's real, just go get that experiment that Muhammad always talks about it too. That experiment with the little black kid and the little white kid. The baby doll. Oh man, you watch that experiment and you know your kid is already being conditioned to head to prison. Your kid is already being conditioned to be in a lower class. So them prisoners they've been on that road for a long time. By the time they get there, they've been on that road for a long, long time, and that's why we got to revamp our whole way of operating with raising ourselves up. So don't call me no damn racist. Call the people that allow Holmesburg prison to run the way it runs. Call them a racist. Why the hell they ain't on the Southern Poverty Law Center's radar? It should say Holmesburg Prison, where they done did horrible atrocities to Black and Latino people. Okay, go ahead, Q.
I got a ton more. It says the Philadelphia
Anderson Cooper.
That on August the 20th, 1938, 23 people were locked inside the Klondike in response to a hunger strike that half of all the prisoners were participating in.
So half the prisoners went on a hunger strike, and they turned around and locked 23 of them up in the Klondike. That's what they call the Klondike?
They called it the Klondike.
The Klondike. What is that, a German word for square or something? Because I know they got that chocolate.
Sure exactly what it is.
Nicole, look up that word Klondike, man. I know it sound like a German word. I wonder what that word means, Klondike. Because I know they got that chocolate called the Klondike, but it's a square. And I wonder if that's what that means, cube or something like that. Go ahead.
As temperatures inside the Klondike rose to almost 200 degrees.
200 degrees!
It says by Monday morning, many of the men were unconscious and 4 were dead.
4 of them were dead. And imagine how strong the other brothers had to be.
I know.
To survive 200 degrees, and they sat up there and let them go. Once again, it becomes a torture chamber, man.
God. So
it's hell.
It says they called the nickname for the Holmesburg prison in 1995 when they closed it was called the Terror Dome.
Damn.
It was called the Terror Dome.
They closed it when?
In 1995. It finally got closed in 1995.
They called it the Terror Dome. Go ahead.
Now, this is where it gets hideous right here. The University of Pennsylvania steps in. It says in 1951, Dr. Albert Klingman was working as a professor of dermatology at the University of Pennsylvania Medical School when he was asked by prison officials at Holmesburg Prison to examine an outbreak of athlete's foot in the prison. According to Apperson.
Hey, Q, they say they can't hear you very well.
Test 1, 2. Turn this one on. All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
1, 1, 1. In 1951, Dr. Albert Klingman was working as a professor of dermatology at the University of Pennsylvania Medical School when he was asked by prison officials at Holmesburg Prison to examine an outbreak of athlete's foot in the prison. According to Apperson, Klingman was already known for his research in ringworm, which is a biological relative of the athlete's foot fungus, Tinea pedis. Once there, Klingman's attention was attracted to something other than the athlete's foot he was supposed to be examining.
Go ahead.
The Mutter Museum writes that Klingman later told a Philadelphia newspaper reporter that all I saw before me were acres of skin.
Damn. Damn.
It was like
he said all he saw was acres of skin, meaning that's cattle. Like we were like cattle to him. We was like a bunch of animals where he could just experiment on. Now this happened. This prison been closed a while. Why is this story up now? It came back up.
I'm not sure exactly why it came back up, but it came back up. Just like how that I never heard about our bodies being made in our skin, being made into leather, and being made.
Maybe that's why. Maybe it came back. You're right. Maybe it came back around. Like that is crazy. He said all he saw was acres of skin. I mean, he looked at all these black and Latino prisoners, and he knew he had everything he needed to experiment as much as he wanted to on brothers about what he was doing. He knew he had everything he needed to just have a field day experimenting on brothers in prison. Go ahead, Q.
It was like a farmer seeing a field for the first time.
Damn.
Quote unquote.
Damn. That's how he quoted it. Would show you that that's all he cared about. He wanted to just be able to experiment on these brothers. So you could imagine how many brothers is walking around today who this cat that did all kinds of things to, man. And I could be wrong on this. Y'all out there, if you know, just let me know. I'd heard that this same guy created that the drug Claritin, the anti-allergy. He is the guy, right?
That probably is him.
I heard he created that Claritin. And I heard that some prisoners got out and tried to sue him for what he did to them and to get money from Claritin because they made a gazillion dollars off of the allergy medicine.
University of Penn, Johns Hopkins, you can just go up the coast with all the craziness that they've been doing to us in these universities, in these university hospitals and everything that they've been, just using us the way that they want to.
Big shout out to Coco Puffy Head. Coco Puffy Head said the Army is very similar out of one. So the Army is doing the same thing. Once again, don't nobody care about you but Christ. You know what I mean? Don't nobody care about you except Yahawashi, the king of blacks and Latinos, man, and Native Indians. That's the only man that ever cared about you and the only man that ever taught people to care about you. Everybody else don't give a damn about you. They just want to experiment on you, use you. You know what I'm saying? Use you like you're worthless. When you the princes and princesses of the Lord's nation, man. Like that is crazy. This cat, man, sat up there and looked at us like, man, I got plenty to experiment with. Give me some more.
And he bragged about it.
Give me some more.
It says it didn't take long for Klingman to set up shop in Holmesburg prison. In 1968, Klingman revealed that he had begun to go to the prison regularly, although I had no authorization. It was years before the authorities knew that I was conducting various studies on prisoner volunteers.
So it wasn't volunteers, my ass. You know what I mean? Like, who would volunteer for that? Go ahead.
Things were simpler then. Informed consent was unheard of.
See that? They could bear with me a second. They would experiment on you and they didn't have to get your consent. You know what I mean? That's why he talking about it was volunteers. That's a damn, you in prison. The hell you volunteering it for? You going because you being forced to go. You know what I mean? Like you being told, you know what I mean? You're going to go to the Klondike for 200 degrees or you can go over here with this guy and let him, put some cream on you to see if it worked. Which one you think the average person going to take? You think they're going to want to go to the Klondike for 200 degrees? No, they're going over here. And then they didn't have to have informed consent, which means even if they said, we want to do a little experiment, we want y'all to come on volunteer, and you went, he didn't have to inform you. That's the law now. Right. The law now is he has to inform you of what exactly they're doing to you before they give you consent. And who knows if they even following that law. Once again, you ain't behind the 8 ball in this kingdom because you just don't want to follow the rules. Right. You ain't behind the 8 ball because of that. You behind the 8 ball because you living in hell and don't know you living in hell. You living in hell and they shining shiny things in front of you, making you think you not in hell. Right. When Christ is coming to build you a real kingdom. You understand? Like these Edomites, they living in a real kingdom. Go ahead and mess with the Edomites. Mess with them. And they will step to your game and defend their empire. But you ain't living in a real one. They'll experiment on you in the prison, and it won't even matter. And they'll make billions off of you. Claritin, that joint is worldwide. And that's how they think. Experiment on you, get approved, or figure out how to make some kind of drug, then spread it all over the damn earth. And make billions, and you come out of prison, man, complaining like, yo, man, they did something to me. My skin keep busting out in sores. And they won't give you a dime for it, man. They'll say, well, you volunteered for it. Or whatever they might say. Hell, they might give you something, you know, who knows what they'll do to you. Once again, why we got to have value with us. Then we'll stop us from going down that route. See, what the Lord got me doing is getting you blacks and Latinos and Native Indians, getting your mind together, man. Damn right. Getting your mind together. Your mind got to get together where you can start now focusing on what's really important. You and your people is what's important. And why is it so important? It's important now because the Lord is plaguing this empire and getting ready to bring it down. Now the monkeypox is back. Now the coronavirus is back. They say that thing is spiking up again. That's why these things are important. And your nation is important. All right. So is there more in that story, Q, before I go? Go ahead.
Things were simpler then. Informed consent was unheard of. No one asked me what I was doing. It was a wonderful time.
A wonderful time. Like just experimenting on black people was a wonderful time for him. He loved it. He loved it. They was ignorant, probably docile on other drugs, tortured in many cases, broken, no family to cry out for them or no family knowing what's going on with them. Right. He had a wonderful time. To him, they were like perfect lab rats. And that's why when Christ returned, man, to destroy this empire, he's going to burn all this up, huh?
Damn right.
Everything that they've invented and created going to get burned up in global thermonuclear war in this place right now. Everything that they tried to burn up. I mean, they tried to build. They had on CNN the other night, they had Russia, Iran, and Turkey. And I didn't expect Turkey to come out this bold. They had Turkey standing with Iran and Russia, and all three of them were talking about coming together, you understand, as one strong force. And now they're worried in Ukraine for this reason. The Iranians have sent thousands of drones over to Russia. Now check that out for a minute.
Say that again, sir.
That Iran sent thousands of drones over to Russia. So Russia is filled with drones from Iran. When did a superpower ever need help from a Middle Eastern country? They usually bomb in the Middle Eastern country. Right. Instead, they getting drones from the Middle Eastern country. The Iranians sending them drones up to Russia to ship into the Ukraine, which means them drones gonna be coming through the Ukraine, and them drones can fire on you. So the Iranians are supplying the Russians with drones for the Ukraine. America supplying the Ukrainians with drones. And let me tell you something else too. I don't know if I mentioned this before. This is just a sidebar. That they said that the president of Ukraine got rid of a couple of his top aides. He got rid of them top aides because they were supposedly collaborating with the Russians. Here's what you got to understand. Them top aides was talking to the Russians because they know they about to lose their country. They talking because they know that they about 2 seconds from losing their country. That cat been bombing that place for months. He owned about half the real estate of their country. And they knowing it, and obviously they ready to cut their losses, man. And he don't want to surrender. He trusting in the U.S., but they acting like they want to break off. Once again, man, it's not going how they wanted it to go. This place is going into hell in this empire, man. Go ahead, Marah.
Baba Kashaw, sir. If I can pull 2 things out of the Zondervan Bible Dictionary.
Come on.
This is the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, if I may. This is the definition of Jesus Christ. All right. I'm going to just skip down to the main point. Salakia. This is Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, page 106, definition of Jesus Christ. Someday he will return for his people, judge all men, and usher in his eternal kingdom where there will be no sin and death. If I could, sir, I just wanted to bring out the fact that even though the people call us crazy and might not understand when you say, you know, Yahweh coming back or Christ coming back to give us this kingdom, is also in here in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Here's the second part, sir, if I could. This is the definition of Edom, the father of the so-called white race. This is the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary definition of Edom, page 142. Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments. He is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from God. If I could, sir, I wanted to pull both of those because when Christ returned, he coming to bring judgment. And who's the only one that won't get mercy? The man, the skin man. Count on one con, sir. And Salaki, sir.
No, I want you to finish. Go ahead.
Count on one con, sir. And if I could, just like the scriptures say, he transformed himself into an angel of light. He got his promotional commercials. Oh, take Zantac, take this, take that. Meanwhile, he destroying you in a prison, experimenting on you and destroying you, and then come back like he's the man, he's the most intelligent man, the cure-all, the doctor.
He ain't telling you how he got the Xanax. He ain't telling you how he got the Oxycontin. He ain't telling you the Benadryl and the Claritin. Go ahead, Marah.
Yes, sir. And if I may, so just to wrap it up, if I could, just like you were saying, Yahweh Shah is who we need, man, because the people we turn to, they experiment on us, put us out of house, the tent cities. They leave us with nothing and then walk away like they did no harm. Like these black people, there's something wrong with them. Why don't they get a job? Why don't they go to college? I went to college. I made Zantac. Right. I went to college. I did this. I did that. Meanwhile, you experimenting on people and destroying everybody. Salaki, sir.
Damn right. On what they were actually doing to the black people. They break it down in the article exactly how black people played a part of this prison. It says when human experimentation started at Holmesburg prison in the 1950s, in prison, black people were segregated into 2 of the cell blocks out of a total of 10. By the mid-1950s, in prison, black people were held 3 to a cell in 3 cell blocks and were close to making up 50% of the prison population.
So they was 3 to a cell. A cell that was originally designed for 1 person now had 3 people in there with only 1 20-minute break a day. So you were locked in a cell with 2 other people for 23 hours a day. Meanwhile, this bastard coming, of course you're going to get out the cell to go be part of an experiment because this bastard coming every day like, hey, you want to volunteer? We'll get you out your cell. And of course you'll come out, you'll get out the cell. You'll get out the cell and let him do experiments just to get the hell out the damn cell. You know what I mean? So that's the kind of evil that this cat would do. And because that's what he would do, you understand, you know, he come up with the great medicines and skin creams and, you know, and lotions, and you get damn destroyed and messed up. And remember, we only talking about the mild ones. Forget about the ones with them chemical warfare and all that. Who knows how them brothers came out of there? It could have come out of there any kind of way. You know what I'm saying? It was a damn mess. You was gonna say something before Q. I'm gonna just let him say something. Then you go.
No,
go
sir.
ahead.
Kind sir, if I could, sir, when you go to them jails, if I could, CFCF is right near there. I was in CFCF, and it was a 3-man cell with 2 beds. It was a 3-man cell with 2 beds, and it's like this cot thing on the floor for the 3rd man. And not only that, like, you in that cell for 23 hours a day, and you're supposed to get 1 hour out. You really shouldn't be in there 23 hours a day unless it's lockdown. But most of the times they do that just to keep it quiet when they don't feel like doing nothing. So now you in there more than just every day, more than 23
just so
hours.
They ain't got to work. They can sleep.
Kind
Do whatever the hell they want to do while you up in there. It's like you saying, that's hell. And now, and listen, what you talking about is exactly what's going on. Like, we reading Holmesburg prison and the horror stories, but CFCF is still going on and doing it. We in 2022.
Sir.
That was back in what 1995. They closed that in 1995. Still doing a 3-man cell in 2022. Ridiculous. Go ahead, Q. I'll come back to you in the car.
By the time the experiments reportedly ended in 1974, black people made up almost 85% of Holmesburg prison. At least 75% of the population at Holmesburg ended up being used in human experimentation.
So wait a minute. We made up 85%, and 75% of the population was used in experiments, which means it was all black people in there. It was all blacks and Latinos they was experimenting on. Not some, all of them. We was 85% of the prison, and 75% was the experiments. That means it was us in there that this was being done to. Once again, man, like, this man could never even pay back all the madness and monstrousness that he did to us. And you're gonna put me on the Southern Poverty Law list as a you was gonna say something?
Nah.
Oh, like, you put me on the Southern Poverty Law list as a racist. That was racism. Every black prisoner being experimented on, that was a hate group. You want to know who a hate group was? Whoever was running that prison was a hate group. Right. What the hell about that? That was a hate group. You understand? And then you wonder why black men end up in this condition they in.
Right.
And that's why you got to tell you, black men got to learn to not participate in this kingdom, man. As you participate, man, you get more and more and more messed the hell up. You got to start the work to build your own up. Go ahead, Nicole. You was gonna say something?
If I could, like, my first time ever having to go to a county jail, and they sent me to CFCF, and then they shipped me across the street to Holmesburg. And I remember they said this is not even supposed to be open. It wasn't supposed to be open, but they was taking, because CF was so crowded, and this is around the time Obama was getting reelected. So everybody, they start rallying up. They don't care if you got a bench warrant, you're going to jail that night. So it was so crowded, and they always picking up people. They were shipping people to a prison that wasn't even supposed to be open.
So it wasn't even supposed to be open. So you damn near off the radar in some place. There's not even a damn open authorized prison. And let me tell you something else too, man. Let me tell you something else too that's so damn evil. They sent Michael Vick to jail for 5 years for dog fight. Right. Dogs. Right. Treating people the same damn way. Right. And not only that, recently, who's this guy recently? The guy from Black Ink or something like that. He got a TV show. A black dude about I don't know, I guess about tattooing. Black Ink, right? Well, they said that they showed a video of him where he took a dog and kicked the dog and threw the dog in a little trash can and threw the trash can. And they canceled his show. What's his name? Jones, Caesar? Okay, his name is Caesar. Well, they said that he threw the dog and all that. They canceled his show. Meanwhile, they locking black men up in 3-man cells and doing experiments on them. But they canceled his show. Like, who the hell? When is the universities and them gonna be canceled? When they gonna say we're gonna shut down your university because you in here doing experiments on black men and Latino men and poisoning the hell out of them? When the hell that ain't gonna happen? Because of course they not the one designated as the damn enemy. They not the one gonna be treated as the enemy. You gonna be taught in this kingdom not to hate them. You ain't gonna be taught when you go down to one of these top universities that's doing these experiments in these prisons. You're not gonna be taught to hate the people who, you know, are dressed up in their nice running suits and got their backpacks and they all had good baths the night before and got their coffee mugs in their hand and they go into class to get their MBA or their PhD. You're not taught to hate them for the things they're doing, even though they're experimenting on prisoners and all that. But you are taught to hate the very victims of those people. Black people, you got to wake up, man. You got to wake up. I'm not saying it was all right for this cat Caesar to mishandle and abuse a dog. Right. It ain't. I'm not saying that he was wrong for that. But what I am saying is that it don't equate to the evil that they do to us all day, every day in this empire, and it's no accountability for it. That's why the punishment from Christ is going to be so bad. It's going to be so bad because no accountability for what is going on. Let's go to the scriptures on.
So what the brother was saying is exact. They got this boat prison up in New York. You know, you heard about the 800-bed boat prison up in New York?
It's part of Rikers Island.
Bain Correctional Center, or what have you. I had this one scripture, sir, that I wanted to bring out.
Go ahead.
In reference to it. Boy. Ezekiel 34 and verse 2.
Go ahead.
Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. Prophesy and say unto them, thus saith the Lord God unto the shepherds, woe be to the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves. Should not the shepherds feed the flocks?
Let me tell you something, man. Being in slavery is the worst thing that could happen to you on earth. And black people, Latino people, Native Indian people, you better wake up. You're in slavery. Even though you go to work every day and you pay your bills and you got a 401k, you understand, a few dollars in the bank, you are a slave. Meaning you as a people have to live under the rules of someone else. And even if you turn around and say, like white people say this all the time, if you don't like it, get the hell out of here. The problem is, wherever you go is going to be another nation there. And that nation going to have its own rules. So what good is me going from this nation to another nation when I'm going to have to follow that nation's rules? When I should be going to a nation that's going to love me and then I'm going to have to follow the rules of my people. But in this place, you don't get that. In this place, you got to follow the rules of the empire you're under. Why? Because you are a slave. Like if an Italian get mad with America and say, man, to hell with America, what does he have the ability to do? He can get on a plane and go back to Italy and follow the rules of Italy under his people. If a Cameroonian or a Nigerian say, man, I'm sick of America, man, to hell with America, what can he do? He can say, you know what, damn that. I'm going to get on a plane and go back to Nigeria, and I'm going to be a part of my people and live under my rules. A lot of you Negroes went back to Africa thinking the same way. I'm going back to Africa to live, you understand, among righteous people and among the rules of Africa. So I want to get away from this white man's way of life. You don't understand. You just went to another country with another people that are not your people, and now you following the rules and laws of those people. That's why you don't never hear me advocating black people leaving this country. You leaving this country just to go to another country. And listen, to leave this country to go to another country and follow the rules of that country when it's another set of heathens. And not only that, you walking away from 400 years of investment that your forefathers made for you to survive in this country? Why would you walk away from everything that you worked for? Because some devil taught you that if you don't like it, get the hell out of here. Can you take your 400 years of work with you? Because if you could take your 400 years of labor with you, then you'd be glad to get up out of here. Because they'd have to give you so much, you could go anywhere and live wonderfully. More importantly, what they supposed to do by law and going to have to do is admit where they took you from. Admit who your bloodline is. Admit who they were selling off the coast of Africa. Right. And pay back what they stole. Okay? And they ain't prepared to do that. So that's why it makes no sense. What does make sense is finding your identity and returning back to your king, a black man by the name of Yahawashi, known today as Christ. That's your heritage. All right? You finish that scripture? Because I need to move on.
If I could.
Real quick, go ahead.
Ye eat the fat, ye clothe you with wool.
Right, you eat the fat, you clothe yourself with wool, and that's what every slave master does. You wonder if you're in slavery? All you got to do is look at the wealth of the people that are in charge of you. Are they spending the wealth on themselves or on you? If they spending it on themselves, then it's because the slave master has made them rich to keep you a slave. That's when it's that. Then you got something. Now you know you are a full-fledged slave, regardless of how you living in this kingdom. Go ahead.
Ye kill them that are fed, but ye feed not the flock.
Right. You go ahead.
Verse 4. The disease.
No, read that part again.
But ye kill that are fed.
You killed that are fed.
Them that are fed. You kill them that are fed.
Right. You kill them that are fed?
Yes.
Okay.
But ye feed not the flock.
You feed them. Read that one more time. It don't say
verse
you
3.
Kill for them.
Ye eat the fat, and ye clothe you with the wool. Ye kill them that are fed.
Right. You kill, meaning you kill for them that are fed. That's what it's meaning. Meaning that you go out and kill for them that's fed. You're going to make sure they eating good. But you don't feed the flock of the Most High.
Damn right.
You don't give them their identity. You don't give them their culture. You don't tell them the truth about their leaders. You damn sure don't tell them the truth about their enemies. You don't tell them, like black people think you ain't got no enemies. We in America, we supposed to love everybody. You a fool. You don't think you got no enemies. Right. I bet you every heathen in this place is looking at you as an enemy, and many of them look at America as an enemy, even though they're here.
That's right.
Like you think everybody that's here love this place? Hell, white people don't love it. You saw them storm the damn Capitol. They white people here, and they hate the damn government. And they born here, live here, right. Party here, and hate their own government.
That's right.
So where you get this idea that, you're supposed to be walking around loving everybody.
Right.
You're supposed to be able to recognize those who do not love you and are your... Like, you got to stop being a damn child. Like, we like a bunch of babies. We ain't dealing with reality. That's why every nation, the Lord put it right. The nation that is among you shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Because you like a child supposed to be doing an adult's job. And the way you do an adult's job is by doing what the Lord said. Starting with the law, statutes, and commandments. That's why he's saying, don't get from under me. Once you get from under the Lord's covering, now you in trouble. Because now every heathen and nation is going to try to put you in slavery, try to get you to serve their gods, try to get you to worship them, try to get you to be part of their world, not to make you equal with them, to raise their nation up, to raise their people up, and keep you blinded and dumb and stupid. Which heathen comes over here and says, what the hell is going on here? Look how you treating black people. What the hell are you doing? Don't nobody come in and say that.
Right.
Not no Africans, nobody. They come in and act like nothing's going wrong.
Right.
Them Arabs walking around, them chicken joint owners and them East Indians selling you coffee in the morning. You nodding on the sidewalk, half dead. They just go in there, hello, good morning. Open up the Dunkin' Donuts, lock the door behind them, and turn on the damn coffee machines.
Right.
They ain't even thinking about what happened to you.
Right.
You could rot here and die. They wouldn't give a damn about it. And you big and dumb and stupid sitting up there like, God, I love everybody. We just like, good morning, Mr. Kumali Cuckoo. Good morning, Mr. Muhammad. You love everybody, dressing like everybody. Y'all make me sick, man. Y'all be dressing with all the clothes of every nation on earth. I remember in the 70s, I was a kid. I saw you Negroes in them dashikis. I knew back then. I knew in the 70s. I wasn't number the kid. I knew in the 70s, them dashikis was not right. I looked at them dashikis, man, like, why is they dressed like this? We in America. Why are you dressed with them dashikis on? Because you was on some back to Africa. In the park playing drums, trying to be African. You playing drums better than the African. You the one with the rhythm. You understand? You ever see a real band of blacks and Latinos get together in the park? They be making it illegal now. And there's so much gunfire and all that. But brother, growing up in New York City, man, it was the most beautiful thing. The most beautiful thing in the world when I was growing up in New York was to be in the park right before sunset. Like when it start getting red because the sun is coming down. Brother, them blacks and Latinos, they done had their brews. Everybody feeling good. And they get to playing them congos. Goom, 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 goom. Goom, goom, goom. And everybody start coming out because it's getting cool out. And the people would all come out, man, and circle them brothers up. And they would be getting it on. But they would have on dashikis. They was trying to be Africans. You understand? I ain't never seen no Africans get together in the park or nowhere and play them damn drums. I hear y'all trying to pump them songs on the radio. Oh, my goodness. You interrupt the whole flow of them black radio stations with them damn African songs. And you say I'm a racist for it because I want to preserve my culture and my identity. And listen, and I could understand it if my people did not suffer a certain amount of slavery. Like, in other words, I don't agree. I agree with white people when they say that the other nations should mix in and melt with them. I agree with you because them nations came to America. They prospered. They made money in America. They should be a part of the kingdom with you. But I should not have to do that. I shouldn't have to love this country to be here and make money and prosper here. I should be allowed to not like this country because you slaughtered my forefathers. You murdered my forefathers. Why I gotta like you? Because you hold the money? You slaughtered my parents to get that money. I got a right to that money. I got a right to that prosperity, man. I don't owe you nothing. I don't owe you my love. I don't owe you my love. I don't owe you my respect. Right. I don't owe you those things. You committed crimes against my people. And when I speak about it, you say I'm a damn racist and a hate group, man. I'm a hate group while you experimenting on black men in Holmesburg prison to the tune of 75% of the population. You got brothers right now going to a prison that's supposed to be closed for the atrocities that was done in the damn prison, man. The hell you talking about? And you say I'm the lunatic? I'm the crazy one. I'm the madman. I'm the nutcase. You the goddamn nutcase, man. You the nutcase. Walk into Holmesburg prison and see all that's been done in there and sit back and act like, oh, it's a sea of skin. You Hannibal Lecter, nigga. You Hannibal Lecter. Finish your scripture, Q, so I can move on. I got more stories, man.
Ezekiel 34:4. The disease have ye not strengthened, neither have ye healed that which was sick.
That's what I do. That's what I do. I strengthen the disease. You know who the disease is? The 12 lost tribes of the children of Israel. You Negroes, you Latinos, and you Native Indians. You them 12 tribes that are sick in every way possible. Physically, mentally, psychologically, whatever. You sick. You the sick one. And I help heal you. I help fix you. I help strengthen you. This man don't do that to you, man. He see you as prophet. And so do every other nation. Let another nation get the opportunity to get over the top of you. They'll do the same damn thing too. Ain't nobody mixing and melting with you. And then when I stand up and say, man, damn this. Don't y'all tell a woman in the domestic violence situation to walk away? What the hell you mad at me for? For telling black people, walk away. Right. Telling Latinos, walk away. For bringing out how the Bible say, come out of her, my people, walk away. Let's start a new nation, man. A people of the Lord. Not go somewhere, right here. Because Christ's going to take it all over anyway. You ain't got to overthrow the white man. I ain't calling you to do that. I ain't calling you to do that. Just serve the Most High. The Lord will do the rest. The Most High will do the rest. All right, Q, I got to go. You finish that scripture?
Neither have you bound up that which was broken.
You hear that? You neither bound up that which was broken. That's what I do. That's why you see me stand on the corner like a lunatic. Me and all my men all over the world. We standing on them corners because we bind up the what? Read it again.
Neither have you bound up that which was broken.
Right. We bound up that which is broken. Black man, you broken in this place. Black woman, you certainly broken in this place. You broken in this place. You broken and don't even know it. You don't even know it, man. That's what I do. I fix that. I bind it up. I repair you. I bring you back. How do I do it? With the power of our King, Yahawashi. And let me tell you something, man. A lot of people say, oh, man, you looking for a spook God. You damn right I'm looking for a spook God. I ain't looking for you Negroes to change nothing. You taking every check the white man give you. You pushing every lie he got in his arsenal. The hell you even talking about, man? Yeah, I'm looking for something that's not here. Because we broke in here, man. We broke in here. But we got the records on how to fix us. And we gonna fix us. And stop worrying about them. They'll be fine. Until they won't be. All right, Mariah, you got another prison story, right? Give me that one too. Let's read that. Let's do that, man. I'm with you, Just Music. Just Music said, I need the I.S.U.P.K. I'm with you, brother.
Damn right.
We all need it. We all need it because Christ gave us something that was special. He gave us something special, man. I ain't saying it because I'm over it. I was saying it since the day I was a trooper in here. Matter of fact, I said it more when I was a trooper. I knew this was the greatest thing that ever happened to us. That we finally, after 400 years, found out who the hell we are. So we could stop looking at every nation around us trying to mimic them. You the only one on the earth trying to mimic somebody else. I don't see no Arabs coming over here, you know what I'm saying, trying to be you. I don't see them wearing. Do you see some Arabs running around with their pants sagging down, man? And half-shaved haircuts and their hats to the side? I don't. I don't see nobody trying to be you. But I see you trying to be the Arabs. I see you trying to be the East Indians. I see you trying to be the Orientals. You definitely trying to be the white man. I see you trying to be them. Because you don't know who you are. Greatest gift ever given to us, man, was for us to find out who we were. The greatest pride boost was for us. You talking about pride. LGBT. You proud of your sexual orientation? I'm proud to find out I got a nation and an identity that was stolen from me for 400 years, man. That's something to be proud about. That's something to lift your head about. That's something to look the other nations in the eye and shut them down when they looking at you like you less than they are. That's something to get the stink off of you of feeling like you less than a white man when you standing in a white restaurant with all white people or in some place with all of them. You can go back and remember, man, they got theirs, we'll have ours. You ain't got to bow your head and be up under them because you ain't got no identity. Damn that, man. Them days over with, man. And any black man, Latino man, any man, woman, or child that take on their identity, they gonna call you a part of a hate group anyway, man. They're gonna call you part of a hate group anyway. You ain't called the founding fathers a hate group. Why you ain't banning them? They had slaves. They raped and tortured and brutalized them. They finding out about all these black kids these cats had. Finding their bloodlines and all that. You ain't calling them a hate group. You gonna call me one because I bring out the crimes done to me? That's so heinous, man. That's so heinous to even try to frame your mouth to be that way. When you framing your mouth to be that way, when you committed a crime against me. How you gonna try to label me when you committed a crime against me? That's like me going and robbing somebody and then telling the person, that's a man that don't like to share. I robbed the nigga. Then I say, oh, he don't like to share. See, he's a non-sharer. He don't share. He don't share because you robbed him. Now he don't want to share, so now you going to label him? You going to label me a hate group because I don't accept the abuse that you did to me and my people for 400 years? Right. So now you labeling me? Damn that. I'm not eating that. You can serve that garbage to somebody else. I'm not eating that. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Give me that next story. Oh, my God, these numbers went crazy.
Yeah, they live and direct.
Numbers is blowing out.
Big shout out to Israel. You understand?
Big shout out to everybody joining us up in here tonight, man. Big shout out to y'all. Good night. You know what I mean? All right, go ahead, Marat.
Khan. Never showed remorse. Former Baltimore sergeant admits to pocketing drug money and selling cocaine boosted from suspects.
This is in Baltimore. Did we do this story on Monday?
I don't think so, sir.
Go ahead. Let's keep on going in with it right quick with this little bit of time.
But will only get 21 months for planting BB gun.
He only gets 21 months for planting BB gun and nothing for selling the dope. Damn. Look at him. 21 months. Like that's who's running around with a cop badge in Baltimore. You know what I mean?
I know you was bringing
once again, Slocking Q. Once again, you can't tell me that you want to be a policeman over me, and then you can't control the cops that work with you. Right. Yeah, you got criminals on the police force, and then you mad at me. When you got criminals in the police force, this cat selling dope, pocketing the money, he running his own gang with his badge. That's right. The stick-up kid with a badge. And you don't give him no time for that. Meanwhile, if a black man was selling the same drugs and doing the same robberies, you'd give him 20 years in prison. Without a bleep on the radar. Go ahead, Q.
They supposed to be under judicial review for the Freddie Gray situation.
Since back then.
The gun task force, all of that mess that they've been doing, and they only give him 21 months or what have you.
You understand?
So what do you expect for black people to do when you got monsters like that? That just like how you said on Monday, how the hell they gonna be on the job for 25 years? They came back from the military, and you know they even give them rest where they have to go home and get away, re-enlist. Nothing. They just get to set people up. You understand? Sell guns, sell dope, and what do we get? You understand? We get the blame for the whole damn thing. They get to walk away with, no punishment whatsoever after they done viciously, ruled over us and just gave us no spared us no mercy, gave us nothing. It's just ridiculous.
Like it's ridiculous that you could even do that and not get no time for it. Like if I go out and rob somebody right now, even if it's a drug deal, I go out and rob somebody right now and get caught, I guarantee you the minimum they offering me, man, is 2 to 4. That's the minimum they offer me. They catch me red-handed, I got a gun on me, oh, I'm getting minimum 3 to 5. You know what I mean? No record, maybe I get 2 to 4. But on a robbery, come on, man. And meanwhile, this cat walk away scot-free. And been doing it. We ain't talking one robbery. We ain't talking robbing one drug dealer and pocketing that money and sell. Listen, and he's selling the dope he confiscated. Like, what a beautiful business. Not only do you not have to buy the dope, but you're getting full dope prices for the dope. And you getting the money for the dope that was already sold. You snatch the cat up off the street, you getting the money for the dope he already sold, and you getting the dope to resell again and get the rest of the money, and you don't get nothing. You don't get no time for it. What an amazing business. Because the biggest problem a dope dealer got is his re-up. He got to go back to get more drugs. He got to come up with that money to get more drugs. So imagine if you could sell drugs and never have to re-up. You just rob another drug dealer. It's the perfect business. And he don't get no time. And he in a city filled with drugs, Baltimore. And given and in the public trust, like given power. Like that bastard come up the street and tell you stop where you are. Right. You got to listen to this piece of garbage. Right. He tell you put your hands on the car. You got to listen to this piece of garbage. When this is a stick-up kid, it's damn near like you gotta obey a stick-up kid because they gave him a badge and they didn't have the ability to control him. They didn't have the ability to police him and control him and catch him for his crimes, but he out there catching other cats for their crimes and then committing a crime against the ones he catch for their crime. So you selling dope, you a criminal. He come and catch you selling dope, and he commit a crime on you, and he get away with it. And he get away with it. Brother, in Christ's kingdom, man, it would never be like this. It would never be like this. Go ahead,
A couple of scriptures, sir.
Go ahead, please.
In the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 7.
Just Music said he worked for Dope Dash. Salak, instead of DoorDash, Dope Dash. Salak, a big shout out to you. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
We're in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 7. All that found them have devoured them.
Everybody that found us devoured. I'm sorry. Go ahead, break it down, Moreau.
No, sir. I was just reading it for you.
Okay, go ahead. Everybody that found us devoured us. We've been devoured, man. When they process a pig in the processing plant, those of you that's familiar with them processing plant, you lost it? Those that's familiar with a processing plant, when they process a pig, they process every single part of that pig, even its blood. They drain the blood, they use that for something. They cut the pig up, every single part of him is used for something. When they get everything off of him, then they grind all the leftovers and everything up. They take the bones out and use that for something, fertilizer or something. Then they take whatever's left that they grind it up and they turn that into chopped meat. And they sell that to you. Or some other mess, spam or sausages or some pork product. That's what they do. Every part of that pig they got to utilize because that's how they get their money. You understand? So the same applies to you. You like the pig. Read that again, Marah. That's such a beautiful scripture, man, when it comes to us and how we should be thinking, man. Go ahead.
Khan. All that devoured them have, Salaki, all that found them have devoured them.
Everybody that found us has devoured us, man. Everybody that has found us has eaten us up. You still dumb thinking you're going to join everybody else, man? When the Lord said, ain't nobody find us and say, yo, man, these people been being treated for many, many years.
Right.
Let's try to help them out. Everybody that found you devoured you. Come on, Marah, please.
Khan. And their adversary said, we offend not because they have sinned against the Lord.
You hear that? Your enemies say that. We offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord. They look at your sin and what you do in the ghetto and what you suffering, being on drugs, robbing, stealing, shooting, killing. They look at that and say, see, we don't do nothing wrong, because what they doing is evil as hell against God. And that's why you got to come out of it, man. That's why you got to eat a better way.
Right.
You got to bring peace between you and your brothers a better way, because otherwise you sit up there just being devoured by them and they don't have no conscience against it. Neither do you have any pushback. Black people look like, oh, well, we all doing wrong anyway. That's how they look at it. And the churches don't help. They blame you anyway. They tell a black man going to church, put a suit on, and they transform that nigga into another race. He look at the rest of black people like they the filthiest criminals on the earth. Meanwhile, he look at himself like, he's following God.
Right.
And then he begin to sit up there and look at you like you're filth. And then he joined the other nations and still look at you like filth, like some of these fake Israelites groups do. Go out there and tie themselves to the Africans or tie themselves to the white man or something like that. And in their stupid ass mind, they don't even think we tying ourselves to these heathens because really we turning on our own people. They don't think like that. They think that, it's all love, or lie to themselves and say, well, these people are Israelites too. Well, there's a spiritual Israelite. You a fool. Because what you're doing that you don't realize you're doing is you're turning on your own people. That's why you're joining these other nations. You're joining them to be accepted by the rest of the world. And to be accepted by the rest of the world, you have to turn on these dirty niggas over here. And so you'll turn on them. But what you don't know is that the Lord loves them. Christ came from the ghetto, dumbass. That's where he came from. He came from the worst ghetto in Israel. Okay? That's why they called him Jesus of Nazareth. Y'all got the movies from the white man like Nazareth was a nice, wonderful, sweet place. Jesus from Nazareth. With your little Christmas songs. Nazareth was a ghetto. Now, you know what Nazareth was like? Chicago. That's what Nazareth was like. Nazareth was like South Bronx. That's what Nazareth was like. Nazareth was like East LA. That's what Nazareth was like. You understand? The bayou. You know what I'm saying? That's where Nazareth was like. That's where Christ came from. You got more Marah Salaki running on. All right. So that's how that went, man. Let's go on to the next story. I mean, that was crazy. A full-fledged drug dope operation by the cops. And if it's happening in one city, goddamn, you know it's happening all over in many other cities. Talking about you going to get guns off the street. You a damn clown. The damn cop's going to be bringing a gun. The same cop taking your gun because you don't have a concealed carry permit is going to give it to his drug dealing friends who's in the streets. You so damn dumb. Your gun ain't never going to make it to lockup. He's going to take your gun and give it right to this. You think, go put his picture back up, Marah. Put that piece of garbage picture back up. You think this piece of garbage is going to pull you over. You a regular citizen, Joe Blow, working every day and all that. You happen to have your pistol on you. You don't have a license for it. He confiscated, locked you up. You think that piece of garbage is going to put your gun in the lockup? He don't give a damn about your gun being in lockup. And he know you're a legitimate citizen. So what is he going to do? The gun going to go missing. Your case going to be dismissed, but you ain't going to get your gun back. And he going to sell it to some drug dealer for $1,000. So he gets $1,000 in his pocket, and he goes on to do the business he does. And one of his boys now is armed, and they armed and dangerous. You understand? You got another mess on your damn hands. I think Q was trying to say something.
He might plant the gun on you. The gun.
Damn, I ain't even think about that.
They showing up on you. he had a gun. That's the number one excuse.
You're right. That cop right there probably did all kind of evil. If you have the balls to rob drug dealers and they see in your face and knowing what cop it is doing it, you got the balls to do that. And then to resell the dope you getting off of them, then brother, you got the balls to do all kind of stuff to a regular cat on the street. Cat cut you off or fender bend you. You ain't got no problem throwing a gun in his car and getting him charged with something. You ain't got no problem with it. Like, that's who's running around in a wicked kingdom. So we should want a better kingdom, Christ's kingdom, and come out of this kingdom. We should want Christ's kingdom and come out of this kingdom. Go ahead, Marah.
Next story, sir.
No, you said you wanted to say something.
Oh, okay. Khan, if I could, also he can make sure, most of these cops got little workers that work for them and little drug blocks that they protect. So he can make sure his competition get that gun put on them.
Exactly.
And he run down on them to make sure that the drugs he steal get sold wherever he want them sold at.
Exactly.
He plant whatever on the competition.
Exactly. It's damn a mess.
Dirty cops,
right.
sir.
You know, man. So go ahead. Let's go on.
We'll
take a few minutes on these last two, get them scriptures in on them, and we be getting it on. Good, Marah.
Khan. White parents chase black teacher out of town over CRT. Fears before falling. Salakia. Over CRT fears before following her to next town.
Damn. Go ahead. There's some more on that.
Khan, sir. A distinguished black educational leader was hounded out of 2 different Georgia school districts within months of her hiring. As conservation groups, as conservative groups and angry white parents protested what they falsely believe was the introduction of critical race theory into their schools.
This was a black teacher, and they thought she was about to teach critical race theory. So they turned around and ran her out of the damn school system. They got her picture. She in that same picture, right?
I'm not sure, so I believe this could be.
They ran her out of that town. Right. Give me a little bit more, Marah. 2 towns. Once again, those of you that came up with critical race theory, and listen, and got the black kids with the sign too.
That looked like some propaganda, right?
Yeah, they got the black. You see the teacher standing behind the 2 black boys, make sure they carrying it. You understand? Well, that's rough. They showing now they're gonna make black kids once again. You so dumb in this kingdom. Like, these Edomites gonna make black kids now hate critical race theory, when critical race theory should be taught to black people. I told y'all this before. It was a dumb mistake to try and force critical race theory onto white people. You know what I mean? Like, it was a dumb idea to force it onto white people. What the hell was you thinking about? Critical race, like, we need critical race theory. Like, we need to know, you know what I mean? Like we the ones that should be teaching critical race theory.
That's right.
Because us teaching critical race theory is how our people will be educated on what happened to them. We'll be educated on what happens to them, and this way we'll be able to show them how they should go forward. Instead, you're trying to force critical race theory on white people. You're trying to make white people, you're trying to make the slave master accept that he was evil in slavery. Are you joking? Like, what knucklehead are you? Where are you coming from with this? You know what I'm saying? Like, you like an educated fool. Some of you. Are you thinking that they storming the Capitol on their own white people? You think they're going to sit down and listen to critical? You stupid. Teach black people critical race theory. Teach black people what the hell happened to them. And you see, you got to push it on white people, because you can never say we want to put critical race theory in all black schools. Oh, my God. If you say you want to put critical race theory in all black schools, they're going to call you a racist. Like, long as you trying to fight to put critical race theory in white schools, bear with me a second. Long as you fighting to put critical race theory in white schools, then white people ain't got no problem. I mean, then white liberals will look at you like you trying to give everybody critical race theory. And they're fine with that. But let you say black people should learn critical race theory because they're the victims of it. They'll call you, they'll put you in the boat with me. You'll be in the boat with me. They'll be like, oh, you a racist just like Gen.YAHANNA. You another one. They'll put you in that boat. Meanwhile, them same liberals don't mind you pushing critical race theory towards white people because that means you want white people to understand critical race theory, but you don't want your people to understand it in a way to say, get away from these white people. Look what they did to you. You don't want that. You wanted everybody to learn it and say, oh, we got to make adjustments so we could all be together. Because really, the end goal, even with critical race theory, is to get everybody together in a melting pot, which is the dumbest thing in the world. I don't know no nation that goes and runs down the list of all the things another nation did to them and say, see, we got to educate the other nation on what they did so that we could come together. They'll be looking at that other nation like you did all these things to us and we're going to teach ourselves about it and you're going to pay for what you did to us. That's how they would be looking at it. They would be looking at it like you're going to pay for what you did. We're going to deal with you for what you did to us. Not like we're going to teach you about what you did for us so that we can all be together as one. That's not what they're going to do. But that's what you doing because you don't know what the hell you're doing. You trying to teach them about the evil they did without holding them responsible for the evil that they did. Like at the end, what's the call to action at the end? After you educate them on critical race theory, then what? Oh, we're going to forget about it. We all going to be one now. Now we all understand the evil of our past. So let's all get together and, we'll just be cool and have a wonderful time. That's some dumbass, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? You was trying to say something, Q?
Kind of my kind. What happened to all the black bomb threats on the historically black colleges and universities?
God.
What happened when black children start to now want to go back to black schools or what have you, where they could be free from the internal conflict that they're going to be given, by being with these oppressors. These oppressors are not going to sit there and allow you to degrade them in front of the whole world when you could easily take your black theology, which only has one home, and that's the home of the truth, the I.S.U.P.K. It ain't never came from nobody else the proper way on how we are supposed to separate ourselves from these people, you understand? And like the general said, why should we be happy about being here? We can be disgruntled, and they should have to put up with it or what have you. They should not be allowed to say you have to smile, and we should not conform in that way to make it in America. We should be Oscar the Grouch. We should be disgruntled. You understand? I walk around with a chip on your shoulder, whatever you want to call it, or what have you. But I make sure that they know that it's not. I'm not the one. I'm not the one. I'm not with loving them and smiling in their face and the small talk and all of that stuff because it's not necessary. You understand? I'm here for one reason. You understand? The business at hand. You understand? What else do I need? You know what I'm saying? I just want to get what I need and get away from y'all. You understand? So that I can go and further my people's nation and build it up. You understand? That's how you deal with the other nations. You don't have no problem with dealing with them like that or what have you. But you want me to lay down so you can walk all over my back like the scriptures say. You understand? I feel like the general, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to go out like that. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous.
Damn right. What you said? Go
I
ahead.
got a scripture, sir, whenever you're ready.
Come on with it.
Correct.
Damn right.
Khan.
Damn right. Go ahead.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?
That's such a good scripture. Such a good
Damn
scripture.
right.
Why compromise yourself to be loved by these people when you should be trying to love your own? Like you would turn, just caring about black people would probably cut the crime in Black America by half. The crime in Black America probably cut in half by just saying, yo, we got to focus on us, y'all. We got to focus on us.
Right.
We got to take care of us.
That's right.
That alone will cut the crime at least 25, 30%. Come on. You got to give me at least 1/3. Come on. Go ahead, Marah.
Khan. Therefore, hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways.
We taught the wicked ones our way. We done taught, in other words, we taught the wicked. When they say we taught the wicked one our ways, we taught the wicked one that we need their love. We trim our ways for their love, and they learn from that. Oh, that's what black people want. They want to be loved by us. Oh, I'm going to use that against them. And that's exactly what they do. They use it against you. They act like, oh, we love you. We want to work with you. We this and that. And that's why a lot of you is simple as hell and think white people love you, because your supervisor acts so nice to you. Your supervisor be so nice. Hey, hi, Shwanika, how are you? Your hair is so nice. You ready for work today? Yeah, me too. I had a cup of coffee. Oh, you're having a hard time? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What's going on at home? Oh, let's talk about it later. All right? Meanwhile, then she's sending you in there to get that work done. That's the only reason she's being nice to you. And you in your dumb mind think, oh, Miss Alice liked me. She loved me on the job. She liked what you produce, dumb. She liked what you produce. And you need her love. Why? Because you go into church every Sunday learning that you need her love, begging for her love. And she see it. And like Marah brought out, you seeking your way, you trimming your way for love. And you teaching the wicked one how to use that thing against you, man. How to use your desire. That's why you want to be up in the white world. That's why they only bring one. That's why it's only one Tiger Woods. You think Tiger Woods the only black man that know how to play golf on that level? Give me a break. There's plenty of black men that know how to do that, but they only bring in one. You think Denzel is the only actor that know how to, run them roles like that? Hell no. Why is only one? You think Serena and them is the only ones that know how to play tennis that good? It's plenty of us. It's plenty of us. But they know how to get you to keep loving them and desiring them by keeping denying you. By denying, oh, don't come in our neighborhood. Oh, don't come over here, you niggas. That keeps you loving them. They have figured you out. They figured you out that you have low self-esteem because you don't have your identity. And they know you have low self-esteem because you don't have your identity. So they turn around and use it against you. Where is it? Where's the black neighborhood that say we don't want no white people over here? Have you found any in America? None. None. Where's the neighborhood where you see white people drive through and they like, yo, man, we told them to get the hell up out of here? Where's the black neighborhood where the black cops dragging white kids out of the swimming pool for playing in your swimming pool? Where is it at? Nowhere. Nowhere. Where is it at that the white people say, we believe this is racism because we're trying to get our kids in this school is 99% black, but it's a very, very good school, and we want to bring our white kids in here, and we want everybody to know that they racist against us, and this, where is it at? It don't exist, but it exists to you because that's how they keep you loving them. You've trimmed your ways to seek their love, and they use it. Read it again, Marah, for me, please.
Khan. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways.
Right. You right, John Johnson. You right. Let me tell you something, man. These sisters in the corporate world, they lonely as hell. They lonely, and listen, and y'all better get ready for 2020. The rest of 2022 and 23, because the level of anger among the black woman is almost powerful, and she getting guns now. They're giving her gun permits. So a lot of you better be aware that she is at her wit's end from loneliness and anger, that she can't have a decent relationship. And in that corporate world, they catching it even more. Them beautiful dry clean clothes she putting on every morning, she going home at the end of the day and hang them clothes up, and nobody in that house to say, baby, you look beautiful today. Nobody greeting her at the door with her cup of coffee saying, baby, you go have a good day. None of that. So she mad as hell. Then when a brother do come along, she done been so puffed up trying to hold her self-esteem together that she turn around and treat him like garbage. She turn around and treat him like garbage because her self-esteem is so low that she can't even be cordial to any black man, because that's how fragile she is inside. Inside, she's so fragile, she ready to shatter from loneliness, man, from pain. And so as a result, she's like a damn monster, and it's a damn shame. And that's why the ISUPK is here. We here to break the ice and bring her back and bring you back and be able to bring them relationships back so we can function again as a people. Because it's a bad, sad song. And it come from loving your oppressor more than you love yourself. And he's used it against us. One last time, read it for me, Mariah, and I'll get up off it. We over the time, but you got one more story, don't you?
We didn't
read. We might go over for a couple minutes, y'all, if y'all want to hang with us for a minute, man. Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?
Why trimmest thou thy ways to seek love? Go ahead.
Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways.
You trying to love them, man, when they ain't loving you? You compromising to get them to love you? You teaching them how to destroy you, man. You teaching them how to destroy you. And you can best believe they going to destroy you. They're going to destroy you, man. Go ahead. You got more on that? That's it?
Oh, that was it for that one.
Beautiful. Give me that last story, man. And if y'all, like I said, if y'all want to see a real speaking, you want to see a real old school UPK speaking, man, y'all need to come join me. I'm going to be on the Magnificent Mile this Saturday. Saturday?
Yes, sir.
This Saturday, I'm going to be on the Magnificent Mile, okay, in Chicago. I'm going to show you how it's done. I'm going to have the whole crew with me. All the heavy hitters. It's going to be a spectacle. You're going to see us speaking done how we do it in the UPK. It won't be no purple pajamas, none of that. Ain't no bras hitting us upside the head with stilettos and all that. There ain't going to be none of that. It's going to be UPK pure as it could be. Go ahead.
Khan, sir, I got the story ready for us.
Come on.
Damn right. This is ridiculous, what we about to see here.
Place being under fire this morning, the Popular Kids Amusement Park apologized after a video went viral that appeared to show a costume character snubbing two black girls. While there are claims of racism,
can y'all hear the video? Give me a one if you can.
What it appears to be. TJ Holmes is here with more. Good morning, TJ.
Straight, let's stick with what you just said. The video is not what it appears to be. That's what the park says. So that's why I want everybody to see it for yourselves now, to our viewers. All right, so let's just roll the video. Take a look at it here now. Okay, you see the character coming, high-fiving everybody as it goes down the street. Gets to those two little girls. It appears to just flat out say no, and you see the little girls and their faces and their heart broken. Now, there was an initial statement the park put out that explained what you just saw. Then they updated that statement to saying that what you just saw is not okay.
Right, because they lied at first. They lied at first. Hold on, pause it for a minute, just so y'all know. They lied at first. And after they lied, and somebody obviously had a camera of it, they said, oh, let's fix the statement, and said that was not all right. That white racist pig at Sesame Street saw them two little beautiful black girls and high-fived everybody and shook his hand. He didn't just walk past them. He shook his hand, no. And let me tell you something. That's why in Christ's kingdom, it won't be no characters like this. That's the problem with characters like this. And I ain't saying nobody don't wear no characters like that or turn away from characters like that. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is also learn this lesson. Esau uses these characters so he can touch base with all races. That's how he uses this character so you could love this character without having to look at what race the character is. And that's how he sends you the subliminal message to brainwash you. Because the message don't come from a white man, don't come from a black man, don't come from a Latino. Right. It's coming from, George the Cookie Monster. Right. So your kid accepts the message with open arms. And the reason everybody got upset with this is because he's supposed to show love to everybody because that's how he brings the brainwashing into your child. Right. And so what happened is he didn't do that. And as a result, the kids was heartbroken because why? They watching the Cookie Monster on TV every week. Right. Come to find out, the Cookie Monster loves white people and hates the black babies, according to what's in the mind of these babies. Let me first finish the report, if you could. Could you go back to where you was? And we'll just finish the videotape for y'all of what they said about the Cookie Monster. Matter of fact, go back to the part where they about to show the tape the first time. And then play it from there. Y'all check it out. It was so evil to do to these babies. And once again, why, they're going to bring that racism against us no matter what. They'll never love us. They'll never love the people that the people who they ate. Like, you'll never love a live chicken. You'll never love a live chicken because you eat chicken. You'll never love a cow. You might like the cow. Oh, the cow is nice. You might even call them your favorite cow. But the time is going to come when you're going to eat that cow. And when you go to eat that cow, you're going to be, oh, I loved him. He was so good. It was a wonderful steak. You're going to eat him. So you're never going to love him. And white people ate you. You're like the bones of what they ate. Like, tell me this, when have you seen somebody eat a T-bone steak and they finished and sopped up all the grease on the steak and said, this bone is precious. See this bone here? This bone suffered. This bone caught hell for me to eat. This was the greatest bone in the world. I'm going to take care of this bone. I'm gonna wrap this bone up right. I'm going to put this bone on my mantle. I'm going to talk to this bone every day. I'm going to rehabilitate this bone. You ain't never going to hear it because that you ate the steak already. You don't want to feel bad about eating the steak, so you can't love the bone. You understand? Like, how you going to, like when you ate a chicken leg and said, damn, I shouldn't have ate the chicken leg. I should have respected the chicken leg. I shouldn't have ate him. I should have respected the chicken leg. When the hell you ever heard somebody do that? And here's what black people don't understand. They ate you. You've been eaten. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't realize that you have been eaten. So they don't love you. They can't love you. You're the bone. When they see you in the ghetto and poor and destroy, you're what they ate to be where they are. That's why you hear white people say, well, it was a necessary evil. That necessary evil was because they felt like they had to do it. It's a necessary evil that you got to kill a cow to eat him. To you, it's a necessary evil because you have to eat him. They had to eat you in their mind. So it was a necessary evil, what they did to you. Q. Yeah. Come on. You know what I'm saying?
So heavy, you know what I'm saying? That, Cookie Monster,
yes,
teaching you how to share is dissing you on the street.
Yes.
Not showing you no love whatsoever.
And you got to not want to be his food. You got to want not, you know what I'm saying? You can't love the Cookie Monster. You got to teach your kids to love black people. You got to make them the hero. You got to march them down the street in the parade, not the goddamn Cookie Monster. You got to make coloring books about black people. You got to make heroes stories about black people. You got to do those. So now your kid can go meet the black hero, and the black hero gonna shake the kid's hand. But you making the Cookie Monster the hero for the kid. And the Cookie Monster ain't your people. The Cookie Monster pretending to be no race until you get in. The Cookie Monster pretending to be no race until you get in front of the Cookie Monster. Then when you get in front of the Cookie Monster, you find out that he's really a white man in a mask that hates your black ass. My God damn. Them poor little babies, their hair was done. They was all dressed up, ready to, high five and, bump fists with the Cookie Monster. Come to find out the Cookie Monster hates niggas. Mariah, play the tape, man. The Cookie Monster hates niggas, man. Like, they broke these babies' hearts. Look at the beautiful barrettes, matching barrettes in their hair. You understand? Go back to what the brother said. Because, of course, they put a nigga on it because they know it was so evil. It was so evil and wrong to do, man. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Q. Go ahead, Mariah Salaki.
Now, to our viewers, all right, so let's just roll the video.
Yeah.
Take a look at it here now. Okay, you see the character coming, high-fiving everybody as it goes down the street. Gets those two little girls. It appears to just flat out say no, and you see the little girls and their faces and their hearts.
Look how she tried to grab the Cookie Monster.
There was an initial statement the park put out that explained what you just saw. Then they updated that statement to saying that what you just saw is not okay.
They updated that statement because they know it was wrong, man. Bear with me a second. They knew it was wrong. They knew they couldn't hide it. They know people had cameras, man. The Cookie Monster hates niggas, man. Like, that will destroy those kids will be destroyed. Without therapy, those children will be destroyed for the rest of their life. Like, them children go to anywhere event where it's all white people, they will never, ever, ever be the same. You take them to a circus, you take them to a park, you take them to a movie theater that's filled with white people, and those children will never, ever, ever openly love or openly enjoy their time because they will always believe these people hate them. And I hate to say it, but it gives them the best chance at life. Not that should happen to them. They should be taught it like you teach anything to a child. I'm not saying that the way it happened to them was right. They should still learn the truth about the Cookie Monster, but the way it happened to them was wrong. And it should not have happened to them that way. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Sesame Street, a place of inclusion and learning for generations of kids. But Sesame Place, the theme park based on characters from the iconic children's TV show, is issuing an apology this morning after backlash from this video showing two young black girls seemingly snubbed by a performer dressed as Rosita at the Sesame Place theme park near Philadelphia.
When he got to my children, he, as you can see in the video, just told them no and kept on moving. And then I had stopped the video because I was upset. But after that, he proceeded to hug another girl of a different race. And to me, it's like, so the kids automatically
turn that
were
down out for a second. We can't hear.
As you can see in the video, they were, upset.
The character of Rosita seeming to shake her finger no before passing by the two little girls.
They're thinking that they did something wrong when they did absolutely nothing wrong. And then to see other children be acknowledged and then you're not acknowledged.
Sesame Place initially released a statement saying that the costumes characters wear sometimes make it difficult for them to see, adding the Rosita performer did not intentionally ignore the girls and is devastated about the misunderstanding. But that statement wasn't good enough for many on social media who expressed outrage. One user writing, "Nothing can undo how these babies were made to feel in this moment. The looks on their faces are so heartbreaking." Singer Kelly Rowland helped draw attention to the issue, speaking about the video on her Instagram.
And did you see that baby's face at the end, the little one with the pink on? She deserves an explanation.
Now, other parents are sharing their own videos that they say show similar instances of their children being treated rudely compared to others, all seeming to show similar bias by characters at the park.
These are innocent children.
And let me tell you something about that. Hershey Park You can turn me down a little bit now. Hershey Park and what's the name of this one again? Sesame Street. They in white areas outside the city, and them crackers up there hate black people. Okay, and now, like he said, before people ain't even shared the videos, which y'all was wrong. Y'all should have all shared the damn video to show how evil it is. Once again, you living in fantasy land. You going to Sesame Street. Your kids watching Sesame Street on TV every night. So then you go to Sesame Street and come to find out white people hate you. They only want black kids in the damn Sesame Street. You understand? And meanwhile, you going to call. Now, is the Southern Poverty Law Center, bear with me a second now, is the Southern Poverty Law Center going to put Sesame Street on their list as a white supremacist group? Go ahead, Q.
He tried to slap her.
Go ahead. No.
If you back that up, he tried to hit that little girl in the face. That other one.
Let me see.
Watch when he walked by.
He did. He swung the smacker just now.
You see that?
Look at that. He high-fiving them. High-fiving them. Said to hell with you. Hell with that was worse than the other one.
Man.
He said, look at it, watch his hand, watch his right hand, left hand rather. He's like, hell with you. Will show you they out there, man, first of all, they poor hick-ass white boys that got to do this job for $6 an hour, whatever the hell the minimum wage is. They hate the job, which means they hate black people more. And so to make themselves have some self-esteem, they got to treat black people like dirt so they can feel like they're not just a $7 an hour costume-wearing clown is what they are. And why black people should have their own black theme park. It should be and now, with the advent of the internet, it could all be done. Only two things needed for it to be done. Creators and you to not be damn brainwashed into thinking everything white is wonderful. And then they could have that theme park. And you see how they in a panic over it because here's what they don't want to lose. They don't want to lose no nigga dollars. They don't want to lose black people's money. They don't want to lose that. You understand? They don't want to lose that. And because they don't want to lose that, they turn around and act like they love everybody when they don't. Okay? When they don't. So let's keep it rolling. So with that, I think we're going to get up out of here, man. Big shout out to everybody that joined us tonight, man. The show is really taking off, man. You understand? Again, the ISUPK website is down right now. Okay, but we will be back up, Lord allow, tonight. We'll be working on it, trying to get it back in. We had to take this detour so we can get some other things out the way. Join us in Chicago this weekend, the Fire Weekend. Big shout out to Captain Mawa Quad, man. You understand? Hey, big shout out to General Muhammad. General Muhammad will be teaching the class Thursday night. Thursday night class, the scripture breakdown class in Chicago, live on the set. Captain GEN.YAHANNA will be there doing Cross the Line Radio. Oh, also, too, man, I.S.U.P.K, Captain Katazar, I.S.U.P.K, and one other brother who's Kazak Yard will be teaching a hell of a Latino lecture. They got a hell of a Latino lecture. I'm going to that lecture because I heard they're going to drop it on about all the Latino tribes in the nation of Israel. So I'm looking forward to check that out too. You got the Fire Weekend, the barbecue, of course, Sunday, getting it off. You understand? And like I said, you want to see a real speaking, join me on the Magnificent Mile Saturday, baby. We're going to get it on. I'll see y'all next time live on the UPK. Y'all, shalom.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Captain LeBron, Israelite School of GEN.YAHANNA, the Commander GEN.YAHANNA. Inviting all black supremacists out to the 5th annual Fire Weekend.
Shalom, Israel. Come to the fire weekend, man, in Chicago. Midwest Fire Weekend. You know how we get down. July 21st to the 24th. We're going to be in Chicago.
You got a lot more to lose, man. Under the Midwest Ross in set, captain for $13,000. July 21st, we got 12 children of behind with the scripture breakdown class, followed by Captain Cigar Yacht and Captain Copperzile Cross the Line Radio.
You know what I'm saying? We got the Banshee Festival coming back. We got the election coming. We're going to kick off the election with Captain I.S.U.P.K, Captain Kadazak, and Kazak Yad. It's going to be called Fort Columbus Camp.
On the 24th of July, we're going to be doing the Black and Brown Unity Cookout.
Shalom, Israel, to all my blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. From July 21st through the 24th, we're going to be holding the Midwest Fire Weekend. On July 21st, we hold a scripture breakdown with none other than 12 Shield General Muhammad from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., followed by Cross the Line Radio. On July 22nd, we're going to be having camp on the Magnificent Mile from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And guess what? Commanding General GEN.YAHANNA will be speaking at 3 p.m. We're going to be located at 401 North Michigan Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. After that, we're going to have the Before Columbus Came lecture from 6 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. located on 9909 Roosevelt Road, Suite 100. On July 23rd, you can catch us at the I.S.U.P.K Festival from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We're going to be located at 1130 Midway Place Science Park, Chicago, Illinois. And then last but not least, we're going to be having the Black and Brown Unity Cookout from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. located at Douglas Park, 1200 West 12th Place. For more information, call 708-299-5821. Again, 708-299-5821. Also, if you would like to help out and support this troop and brotherhood, go to the Midwest Fire Weekend Black and Brown GoFundMe account and make a generous donation.